Hey, my name is Marissa Iwanylo. I'm 23 years old and I live in Wilmington, North Carolina. I just want to hop on here and tell you why I'm joining the Transphormation Challenge. Um, as a kid growing up and through high school, I was never really happy with the way that I looked, and it kind of made me unhappy with the way that I felt as well. I was always on the chubbier side, and because of that I always wore baggy clothes because I didn't want other people to see what I looked like, and I was never really self-confident or had a lot of self-esteem because of that, at least in the way that I looked. I had a lot of self-esteem in school and in my sport because I dedicated my life to those, but I just wasn't happy overall. I was always active as a kid. I grew up playing basketball, softball, all kinds of sports, but those are the two that I played through high school. And even then, all that activity and being outside all the time, I still wasn't happy with the way that I looked. I didn't think that I looked the best that I could, and I mean that attributes a lot to me not having the knowledge about how to properly fuel my body and properly feed myself, I guess. And even when I went off to college, I got really stressed. I was at UC Berkeley, and just a lot of things were building up, and so I wasn't really focused on what I was eating, and I wasn't really focused on getting in the activity. I was going to the gym off and on, but it wasn't as much as it should have been, and I was getting a lot more unhappy because of it. And my sophomore year, I ended up walking onto the softball team, and even with all the coaching and people that I was surrounded with, I was still super stressed out and I wasn't eating properly, and maybe I lost a little weight, but it wasn't enough for me to be happy. And so I ended up having to take a year and a half off, and in the first few months through summer and maybe through September or October of 2014, I was working only. I wasn't studying for anything, which dropped my motivation even lower and made me even more unhappy because, I mean, I don't want to say school is my life, but I love learning, and I wasn't really doing that. I wasn't focusing on myself, and I let my weight get away from myself. And I mean, I didn't get super heavy, but I was still super unhappy, so I decided to make a change, and I figured the best way that I could do that is getting my personal trainer certification, and I just wanted to teach myself how to exercise and eat the right way, and I wanted to know what to eat or how much to eat, because I always thought that, oh, it was chicken, broccoli, and rice, and that's the only thing you could ever eat. And since then I found out, like, you can eat so much more than that and still lose weight and feel amazing and actually be happy with your diet. And I was still unhappy in Las Vegas, though, because that's where I had to go back to after I had to take time off school. And so I decided to move out to Wilmington in 2015. I moved here in June, and since then I've been so much happier. I felt more in control of my life. I started focusing on myself and educating myself, and reading a lot of self-motivation and other things that I was interested in, like psychology and different diet books, I guess. But that's how I found Phorm in the first place. Was I was on YouTube and I was watching Tony Robbins, and he was getting me so hyped, and I clicked on Andy's video, one of his videos, and I kind of was just like, oh my gosh, who is this guy? Like, he's telling it like it is, and I fucking love it. And so I looked him up and I found Phorm, and I ordered products right away. I got, I think, I got a level 1 and a Formula 1. I'm pretty sure I got ice cream sandwich, which is still my favorite flavor. And the rest is kind of history. I've learned so much since 2015. I've gone through 2 bodybuilding shows, but in that time, that I was trying to better myself, I set a goal to run a Spartan race. And in that first race, I ran elite, but I placed 14th. And since then, I've gotten 3rd place in my most recent race. I qualified for the World Championships, and I mean, it's what I'm dedicating my life to, on top of helping people, because it makes me feel so good, and it makes me have this hunger inside of me that I just want to keep pushing, and I just want more and more, because it's an addiction. I mean, running these races is an addiction to me, and jumping over that fire and finishing, it's just like, man, I feel so proud of myself every time, and every time it gets better, and I just want more and more. And so that's why I joined this challenge. I never joined it before because I felt guilty for not being able to afford to buy Phorm consistently. And so I thought that, since I wasn't using it for every supplement every time, that I didn't belong in this challenge. And since then I've realized that's not true, but since then I've also started taking it consistently. Like, it's the only supplement I take now because I know it's the best quality for me, and that's all I want to put in my body is the best. Like, I'm eating whole foods, I'm researching different diets, like the paleo diet, just to see like what's gonna fuel me the best, make me feel the best for these races, but also meet my physique goals that I want, because I do want to lose excess body fat that I have. I don't have a ton, but I just feel like if I lose it, I'll be able to perform even better in these races and actually compete with the pros, because I want to be a pro. That is my goal. Like, it fuels the fire even more, because I mean, I see these pros and, oh man, I just want to be one of them. And so that's why I joined this challenge. And I also joined it because I am a personal trainer, and I'm about to get my nutrition certification. I just have to take my final, and I've learned so much, and it excites me so much that, like, I get to share this information with other people. And so I joined it as a coach so that I can give my clients and my friends and my family all the resources possible, but also joined it as a challenger because, I still have physique goals. I'm never going to stop having them, and I wanted to challenge myself both as a trainer but also as a person. And since I joined, and since I dedicated myself to only taking Transphorm products, I felt so much better. My workouts feel amazing, and I'm so much happier. I'm just living life how I want to live it. And so, yeah, this challenge is exciting me, and it's pushing me, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm glad to be a part of this family. Yeah, alright, see you later.